In so many stories and establishments that provided videos of less than a savory manner, a business card is kept in some stores. They kept it very well hidden and locked and safe and will deny if its existence. Others will show you if you ask for it by name, so no one will have it displayed on the open. On this card, this name, Moonlight Films, and contact number, as it's a local number, will go to any payphone in your city, dial the number, and the answer will be prompted, and you all hear is silence. Wait 30 seconds, then you would be served. Dry, monotone male dark voice will ask you a question. Is the road from life to death dark? The correct response is, it's moonlit. If you're answering with anything correct to replay, he will hang up at you. If you fail the first time, I'd suggest not trying again, but if the question's answered properly, the man will say address in your city, then hung up. Go to this address and you will find a small dingy apartment. The carpet will be dirty, the wallpaper will be flaky and wrinkled, and the windows cracked will it smell of tobacco smoke and decay. The old stained coffee table there will be a paper bag. On this bag, your full name will be written in red Sharpie. Open the bag and unlabel the videotape and place exactly around $11 in the bag, then leave. You can watch the tape if you like, but you don't have to. I'd warn you, it's not pleasant. You will see a room or a chamber papered with described skin, and furniture will be crafted in flesh and bone. The tape will last approximately 32 minutes and depict the murder of a person, subsequently crafting their body into furnish. Lamprey shades are made of skin, tables made of bone. After renting the tape for 1 week, you must return it to the apartment by sliding it through the mail slot when the time is up. After that, never return to the apartment. Definitely do not call the number ever again. I also suggested not keep the tape more than a week. Owners will not be satisfied mere late fee, and you know, a good home can never have enough accessories. And that, my little pretties, was Moonlight Films. I guess you can say creepypasta. My final thoughts on the story? Well, this is actually a pretty well-made creepypasta. Like, this is actually a really really well-made creepypasta. Now, I am going to sit here and say now that this pasta was actually pretty well made in detail. Like, I really do like how this pasta went out. It's a pretty good concept for what this is, called Moonlight Films, which, I definitely have to say it's an old pasta because, well, I think this was written maybe in 2014 or something. This, even though this is, despite it being short, it's still a very good, well, concept of this film. Now, well, this, creepypasta. Now, I have, seen a few, other pastas that, a few narrations of this pasta, and I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a very well made story. I really have to say that this actually is very believable. It's pretty creepy, not gonna lie. But this is actually one of the best creepypastas, regular ones in fact, that are actually pretty good. Like, I like how this went out. It's a pretty well made concept, and I really do found this one to be a rather amazing really good concept for what this is. Now, this one I have to say was definitely something. I really have to say that this one was still a pretty good, well, movie for, well, concept. I really do like how this concept went out. It's a pretty good story for what this is. It's really good. I really do found, the whole, story of it to be, even though it's a short creepypasta, it's still pretty good for what this one is. This one actually had pretty good, concept going for it. Like, the grammar of this story, I have to say the grammar is pretty good. It's a really good, well made in detail. I really do find this story to be enjoyable. It's a pretty good pasta, so not gonna lie, it's still a pretty good story. So I definitely have to say this one was definitely something. This one, I have to say it's a pretty still a really good pasta for what this one is. I really do like how this went out. It's a really well made detail. So I definitely have to say that I really do find, this pasta to be, wow, amazing. Really amazing, really well done, and I really have to say it's still a pretty good story for this concept. Now, I could definitely say that, even though this story was pretty freaky, even though it was short, it's still a pretty good concept for what this one is, which I definitely have to say it's a wow, really well made story. I'm not gonna lie. This one was a very well made story. I really have to say it's a pretty good one for what this one is. It's a really good story. I definitely am saying right now that this story actually provided pretty good detail as to, what this one is. This is actually a pretty good story, which I really have to say, I really do found this one to be amazing. I definitely have to say, I know I'm kind of repeating myself, but I'm really, liking how this story went out. It's a, wow, just a really well made, good story. I definitely have to say it's a pretty good story for what this one is. It's a really well made one. I definitely have to say that I really do like how this went out. It's a pretty well made story. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good story. Really, really have to say, the grammar was pretty good. I definitely have to say the grammar of this story is really good, along with the sentence structuring and the paragraph structuring. Although I do wish this one was a little longer, so then that way there's like a big concept to it. And not only that, then that way it would actually be, more interesting in my opinion. At least to me that is. I'm not trying to say, this story sucks or anything. No, it doesn't. It's a good story. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I actually heard a few narrations, this story actually is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a really well made story. So, anyways, I guess with that being the case and that being said, I'm going to sit there and just kind of wrap up the review. There's not really much to say, so I am going to sit there and say this. Yeah, I'm going to sit here and say this right now, and like I always continue to say, this is just simply my own personal opinion. If you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be a 10 out of 10. It's a very good creepypasta. It was very enjoyable, very well made. I really do like how this went out. It's a pretty good story. I really do like how everything was going for. It was pretty amazing. Really well done in detail. I just really like how, the whole, story went out. It's a pretty well made story. Although I could definitely say it's a bit disturbing, it's still a pretty good story. So, anyways, with that being the case, that being said, I like the whole part of it being, creepy and all that. That's actually pretty interesting. And this is probably why, you won't see certain things that are, you'll probably see some paranormal things and that. So you definitely have to say, this story really got me, hooked onto this because of how good it is. Now, I guess with that being the case, that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.